Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS, presenting to you the daily quiz for 20th of December 2022. But before we begin, here is a gentle reminder to join our official Telegram channel by clicking on the link given in the description box below or also by scanning this QR code. You can join our channel for all the updates on our new initiatives, for updates on current affairs that are important for your examination. Now let us begin and take a look at the first question for today. India is a signatory to how many of these international treaties and conventions that aim to combat the menace of drug abuse and human trafficking? Number 1. United Nations Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs 1961, United Nations Convention on Psychotropic Substances 1971, United Nations Convention Against Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances 1988, United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime or UNTOC of 2000. What is the context? This article in the PIB today that talks about the social problems in the northeastern region of India has a mention of various steps that are being taken to control drug abuse and drug menace in this region. See, India, due to its proximity to Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent, the two largest opium producing regions in the world, makes it extremely vulnerable to narcotics trafficking. And drug abuse is a serious socio-economic problem affecting many people, including young people. It is in this context that we have to know how many of the international conventions that aim to combat the menace of drug abuse have been signed by India. Coming back to our question. The first one here is the Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs. This convention controls the cultivation, supply, trade and transport of specific narcotic drugs and also lays down a system of regulations. Is India a signatory to this? Yes, it is. Second one is a treaty designed to control psychoactive drugs. This was drafted because the Single Convention of 1961 did not ban many newly discovered psychotropic drugs, since its scope was limited only to drugs with cannabis and opium-like effects. And we have to know that India has also signed this convention. The third convention that has been mentioned here provides additional legal mechanisms for enforcing the 1961 and 1971 conventions. And India has also signed this. In short, India has signed all the three major drug control treaties currently in force. Has it signed the UNTOC? Yes. India is a signatory to the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime. This convention aims at preventing and controlling organized crime, that is human trafficking, arms trafficking and terrorism. So the answer here would be D, all four. Moving on to question number 2. SRIJAN Portal was launched to option A, partner the private sector in indigenization efforts of defense public sector undertakings. B, map the skills of workers vis-a-vis requirements of MSMEs and other industries across India. Option C, providing a platform for tribal artisans and gatherers to put up their masterpieces and produce for sale. D, provide a single window for submitting the application, processing and issue of export authorization by Department of Defense Production. What is the context? There's a reference to the SRIJAN portal in this article in the PIB today that talks about the state of India's defense exports, and that is why this question. Pursuant to the Atmanirbhar Bharat announcement, the Department of Defense Production developed an indigenization portal called as the SRIJAN Portal. This portal was designed to give information on all those items that can be taken up for indigenization by the private sector with the aim of ensuring self-reliance in the defense manufacturing sector, right? So this aimed at opening up opportunities for Make in India in defense. On this portal, the defense public sector undertakings can display the items which they have been importing or are going to import, so that the Indian industries can design, develop and also manufacture as per their capability or through joint ventures. So in short, it is a one-stop shop online portal that provides access to vendors to take up defense manufacturing items that can be taken up for indigenization. Therefore, A would be the most appropriate answer here. Please remember that it is a non-transactional online marketplace platform. Moving on to question number 3. Which of the following statements best describes the term greenwashing often seen in news? Option A, utilizing environmentally friendly recycled material based packaging for goods. Option B, reserving a part of the profits into carbon offset projects or renewable energy. Option C, making unfounded claims that lead consumers into believing that a company's products are more environmentally friendly. Option D, implementing sustainable business methods that are environment friendly. What is the context? This article in the Hindu newspaper today talks about the carbon markets in the backdrop of discussion on Energy Conservation Amendment Bill. See, these carbon markets act as a tool that put a price on carbon credits for carbon trading. What is this carbon trading? To put it simply, carbon trading is buying and selling of credits that permit a company or other entity to emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide or any other greenhouse gas. These carbon credits and the carbon trade are authorized by governments with the goal of gradually reducing the overall carbon emissions. I'm sure we've all seen all of these terms in the context of climate change. Now, this article here discusses the challenges pertaining to the carbon markets and carbon trading. These challenges are many, such as poor market transparency, companies double counting greenhouse gas reductions, and companies not being authentic about their initiatives, and also greenwashing. But what is this greenwashing? See, greenwashing means conveying a false impression or misleading information about how a company's products are environmentally sound. So, it is a form of deceiving the consumers and making them believe that the company's products are environmentally friendly when they are actually not. To put it in a nutshell, greenwashing is a company projecting its efforts or its products as climate friendly without any verifiable and justifiable data to support its claim. For example, a German car company was found to have been cheating in the emissions testing of its supposedly green diesel vehicles. In real, the green diesel did not lead to reduced emissions as was promised, and this accounted for greenwashing. So when we take a look at our question here, option C would be the right answer. Moving on to question number 4. How many of the given statements is or are incorrect? Number 1. Alcohol is a subject in the state list under the 7th schedule of Indian Constitution. Number 2. Article 47 directs the states to make efforts to bring about prohibition of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. Number 3. Article 47 was added to the Indian Constitution through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment. What is the context? This article in the Indian Express newspaper today talks about the alcohol ban and its effectiveness in several states across India, and hence this question. When we look into the past, we see that India has a long history of banning alcohol. Prohibition of alcohol is mentioned in Article 47 of the Indian Constitution and is a part of the directive principles of state policy. It is also among the key Gandhian principles, right? So Article 47 says a state shall endeavor to bring about prohibition of consumption except for medicinal purposes of intoxicating drinks and of drugs which are injurious to health. Here we must understand that while DPSPs are not in themselves legally enforceable, they set goals that the state should aspire to establish conditions under which citizens can lead a very good life. So according to this DPSP here, alcohol is an evil that needs to be regulated. And as per the 7th schedule of the Constitution, alcohol is a state subject. That is, the state legislatures have the right and responsibility to draft laws regarding it, including the production, manufacture, possession, transport, and also purchase and sale of intoxicating alcohol or liquors. Therefore, the laws regarding alcohol differ from state to state. Now, coming back to our question here, statement number 1 is correct. It is a part of the state list under Schedule 7 of the Indian Constitution. Statement number 2 is also correct. But statement number 3 here is incorrect. The 42nd Constitutional Amendment added 4 new directive principles of state policies. Article 47 was not one among them. The task for you for today is to find out which were these 4 DPSPs that were added to the Indian Constitution through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment. So the right answer here would be option A, one statement only, because the question is asking us for incorrect statements. Now let us take up a previous year question from Prelims paper 2016. Which one of the following is the best description of INS Astradharini that was in the news recently? INS Astradharini is a torpedo launch and recovery vessel which was commissioned in the year 2015. This vessel is also used to carry out technical trials of underwater weapons and systems like torpedoes and mines. So the most appropriate answer here would be option C. Now let us take up the fact of the day for today, which is Amber Project. This article in the PIB that throws light upon the migration of youth from northeastern states has a reference to the Amber Project of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Let us learn more about this project today. First of all, remember that this project is a joint initiative by the National Skill Development Corporation, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and also Generation India Foundation. The project is co-funded by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship under the Sankalp program and private philanthropy. AMBER stands for Accelerated Mission for Better Employment and Retention. The primary objective of this project is to design a scalable and sustainable model of skill development. So basically, the project aims to train 30,000 youth, 50% of whom will be women trainees. The training will be conducted in post-COVID resilient job roles over a period of 2 years. Now let me explain how this project has been designed. The project makes use of blended funding model. That is, it is a unique public-private partnership that brings part funding from the government and part from private sector. Another unique feature of this project is it follows outcome-based approach. The project ensures that the stakeholders are rewarded for their outcomes. Finally, it follows an innovative methodology. That is, a unique 7-step methodology is used to provide an end-to-end solution for enhancing skill development outcomes. A comprehensive and unique set of activities have been designed under the project for overall project implementation that would enhance the return on investment for learners as well as the employers. That is all for today. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching and keep learning.